So another method I saw for starting a fire is to use your knife blade to shave off some cedar bark off of any kind of cedar tree, and then find a pine or fir that has these little bubbles. Basically there's sap or resin, pitch, in that little bubble, and you poke it from underneath, hold the cedar bark under it, and let it drip into it, and that resin will help you get a really good fire going because it burns. The problem is, make sure that you poke it from underneath. If you don't, say you come at it like this, what'll happen is it's under some pressure. You'll get pitch in your face, or resin. I can't hold a camera to do it, but I can. But just like I say, look for these little bubbles. I'm also gonna post a link to the YouTube channel that I found it on, a guy right up the road from us in Quebec. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'll show you what my little container of cedar bark and pitch looks like. So here's one of the cedar trees. When you're drawing your knife down the edge, the fellow was putting his hand like this, and you're just drawing it down 4 or 5 inches up, and you're just scraping the top layer. You're trying to feather it, and you'll collect the dust and whatever falls on the back of your hand. You don't want it to actually come off the tree. You want it thin as possible, and then you use your other hand, you collect it, and you take it off the tree. I imagine you want your hand down like this so that you don't cut yourself, because if you have your hand like this, you might have a tendency to move it up to try to catch it, and you'll end up cutting yourself. Keeping your hand this way and drawing your knife down, maybe it's a safety thing. I wasn't going to find out because I have a tendency to reach for things when I shouldn't, so this did keep my hand in place, doing it using the back of my hand in the upward position. Okay, so we've collected some cedar bark, some pitch or pine resin. I don't know if you can see the dark here. And what we'll try to do is, we'll do this without putting some magnesium on it. We'll just see if we can get a spark to catch. And see if it'll light up. Maybe surround it a little bit with some of this dried stuff, just to see if we get a little bit of ignition. Some pine needles. Okay. Let's see what happens. Well, I guess that ain't working for me, is it? Let's put a little bit of magnesium on there. That'll light up for sure. Now, let's see what the fireworks do. Look at that, huh? So, we got some pine pitch with shaved cedar bark, and used the magnesium fire starter. I'm sure if I worked at it long enough, we might have been able to get it to burn with just the sparks, though that tinder might not be fine enough to, basically I might not be generating enough spark, you know, with what I have. But I'll post a link to the fellow that I saw do this. Well, he didn't do the magnesium, but his fire steel, that rod he had was a little bit more robust than what I'm using. But, you know, it's a pretty cool way to start a fire, to know what you can pack and what you can use. So, we'll see you.